Welcome to Illo Talk, 100 Days of Animation, day 51. And remember, from days 50 to 55, I am doing a contest to give away free shirts and stickers and stuff. So, contest rules at the end of this video, or you can watch the full explanation on day 50. Intro music. So today I worked on the flying version of the SS Beetles, and you can see me do a little bit of that work here. But I wanted to talk about something real quick. This will be a short one. I'll speed stuff up. I don't know. It feels weird just giving advice to random people, but I don't know what else to talk about. If you guys want to hear me talk about something, I would love to know what that is. Let me know in the comments. That'd be great. But as a teacher, recent teacher, I haven't taught for very long, and so I've been in industry for a while, and then I started teaching recently. And as I've been teaching, I noticed that, as a teacher, you tend to, become somewhat of a mentor or leader, or at least, some students look up to their teachers, right? And something that I've noticed is who you choose as a mentor or a hero, or something to aspire to, or even not, any of those things from like some sort of sycophant level, but just someone who you're like, that dude's cool. I want to be like that dude. Or, hey, she's really got it together. I want to be like her. One piece of advice that I think would be really, really good. Beware people who are trying to create acolytes, clones, and disciples. They're not leaders. And they're not people that you should aspire to be like. And the reason I say that is because somebody told me one time, a long time ago, and I think this is a very wise phrase. I don't know if he was quoting something, but he said it a lot. If two people are exactly the same, one of them is not necessary. And I really like that. I really like that idea, that individuality is important. And so if you come to somebody for advice and they tell you that you should be like them and do what they have done, be a little wary of that advice. That doesn't make them a bad person, doesn't make them evil or whatever. It just means they're not thinking that all the way through. And if somebody says, well, what do you want? What do you want to be? What do you want to do? Let me see if I can give you some ideas to help you towards your goals or what you want out of life. That's probably a better situation. From setting goals, right? Like reading a book on how to be Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or something. Well, you might be able to glean some interesting things from that. They've done their thing. The planet's aligned for them, and you're not them. And so a lot of that is interesting, though not directly applicable. And so your path is going to be different than everybody else's path. Your past is different, your present is different, and your future is going to be different. And there's no clear path. That's why it's always funny to see people, comic book industry or illustration or art or in general. You see a lot of this where people say, hey, how do I break in? And it's like, well, there's some good advice out there. But a lot of it is just like, I don't know, everything's changed since I got in. Or whatever, And so you ask any comic book illustrator, any comic book writer, editor, letterer, colorer, whoever. You ask them how to get in. They'll tell you how they got in. And most of them will say, but I don't know if that'll work anymore because it's changed. The game's changed. So just beware and be careful around people who say, oh, you should do exactly what I've done. You should be exactly like me, just because that worked for them or it didn't, but it may or may not work for you. So anyway, and another thing along these same lines, you should look up to people. There are a lot of illustrators that just blow my mind, and I look up to them both on a personal and a professional level. Some of them are kind of untouchable, and I've never interacted with them. Some of them are some of the people that inspired me to do what I'm doing here. And I'd list a bunch of names. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. But I don't want to leave anybody out. And there's so many of them. But I look up to them. But that doesn't mean I try to be like them. I try to ape their style. I try to copy what they're doing. But it does mean that I see some stuff and I say, yeah, man, I could see how I could make that work for me. Or I could see how I could take that and change it and adapt it to my situation. Kevin Cross is a great example of this. He's the guy who started 100 Days of Making Comics. I'm not doing 100 Days of Making Comics. And I saw what he was doing and I said, oh, that's pretty cool. And on Twitter, he was saying, hey, man, you should apply this to your animation thing that you've been talking about. And so I did, right? I was kind of thinking along those lines. But I mean, having somebody that I look up to, I enjoy his work, and I enjoy what he's done. I've gained a lot of the podcasts that he and others have been on as I've gotten into this thing in the last couple of years. And anyway, that was cool, you know? He didn't say, no, you need to stop what you're doing. You need to do what I'm doing. You need to do the same thing. Here's how you be like me. He said, yeah, I see that you're doing something different. You should do something like this with what you're doing. It was good advice. And I've liked it. I think that's been good. So anyway, yeah, that's basically that. I don't have much else to say about that. So remember that I am giving away some shirts. And what you need to do to win one of these free shirts, well, I will pay for shipping in the continental 48 United States. Other than that, we'll figure something out so that you don't have to pay for the whole thing, but the shirt is free. And what I'd like you to do is go to corykerr.com and check some stuff out. And then look at under buy on the menu at the top. There's 2 links. One says shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, tanks, and whatever else. Click on that one. Look around. I've got those things for sale. I've also got stickers and stuff, and you can check those out on the other link. And then when you've looked around a little bit, come over here, leave a comment on some of these videos. But I'm going to do 2 different random number generators. One is I'm going to pick one video from 1 to 55. And then the second one, I'm going to go the number of comments and I'm going to do a random number generator on that and whatnot. So only your first comment counts. So I'll go through on the video that I choose and I'll count everyone's first comment on that particular video. And then whoever's number comes up, you're going to win a shirt. And I might do it 2 or 3 times and other people might win stickers and other shirts and accessories and whatever else. So there's that. And you might be thinking, oh, wait, I have 55 chances to enter. And you, my friend, are smart because you do. All right. So it's got to be a relevant comment. And what I mean by that is don't leave a 1-word thing or a thumbs up emoji or something. Watch a little bit of the video. I know some of them are long. You don't have to watch all of them. Watch a little bit. Make a comment that's relevant to what we're talking about in that particular video. So that's it. Enjoy. This is day 51. 4 more days and I announce the t-shirt winner. Tell your friends. Maybe they win a t-shirt. And, you're thinking, well, why would I tell my friends? Because that lessens my chances. Well, don't be like that. Come on. You like your friends. They're cool too. They deserve good shirts. Anyway, that's it. We'll catch you later. Hey, this is a great shirt. I want to show you guys this shirt. This is supposed to be the future. I think I showed it to you before, actually. But I'm wearing it, so I thought I'd talk about it. So, how's that for an intro? Yeah, that was pretty lame. I'll probably put that as a blooper at the end of this thing.